Hi, my name is Jenny. Welcome to my channel. I will be going over the astrology transit highlights from March 3rd to March 9th. And March is one of the craziest months that we will experience in 2025. It is crazy busy and it's time for action. If you're new here, please subscribe and don't forget to like this video if you're into astrology just like me. You know, before I made this video or even channeled all of the transits, because when I'm doing these transits, I'm sitting down with a notebook. I don't go on any social media because I don't like to have it interfere with my channeling because every astrologer is different in how they convey the transits to people. So I'm sitting down with my notebook and I just hear action, action, action. And I'm like, what do you mean action? And as I slowly go through these transits, there are so many sextiles. I have all my notes here, so many sextiles. And sextiles are positive energy, positive aspects, but they do require you to take action in order to reap the benefits. And I feel like this week is a slow roll of action. So being really realistic with what you're trying to accomplish is going to benefit you at this time. You have to set yourself up for success. So if you're trying to make all of these changes all at once, it takes a while to go into these habits, right? So take your time and set yourself up for success with realistic goals as I go through these transits. Just think about what are you trying to accomplish? What are your goals? Because this can be utilized this way. This week in March is going to set you up for the rest of March because we also have eclipse season coming. We'll get into that in a different week. But this week is about what is your intention? What are you building? And does it feel good? Because, we have Venus retrograde right now. And when Venus is retrograde, Venus represents joy and pleasure, relationships as well. And it's going to show you where your joy is leading you. It's going to be very apparent if you're just not into it. So utilize this Venus retrograde to your benefit to really pinpoint your joy, pinpoint your enthusiasm and pleasure. I do also have up on my channel for every single sign and how the Venus retrograde is going to affect you. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and take a look. But let's get into the transits. I am pumped because it's just action time. And I feel like I've been dormant for a while, so it's time to go. On Monday, March 3rd, we're going to wake up with a Taurus moon. What's really great about Taurus moons is its earth energy, it's grounding. It's also a fixed sign, so you really feel fixed and in your place. So Monday, if you're looking to make any changes, it's going to feel a little bit easier to make those changes as your body is already going to be super grounded from the moon. We also have Mercury moving into Aries. This is going to amplify this Venus retrograde for you. Mercury in Aries is very direct. People that have Mercury in Aries natally, they speak whatever comes to their mind. Whatever pops in, they're shooting it out of their mouth. This is going to be really great when it comes to you taking action. Aries is that start of the zodiac. It's that action sign. And with Venus retrograde, which you're contemplating your joy and what gives you pleasure, if you want more details too, look at the Aries whole sign ruled house that rules for you, because that context, that house is going to show you where your mind is at. Mercury, planet of communication in your mind, where your mind is at, where your focus is going. And then also Venus retrograde is happening there as well. So it's going to amplify this Venus retrograde for you. March 4th, we will wake up with a Taurus moon yet again. So this super, super grounding energy. And the moon is going to be making sextiles. Sextiles is that action-oriented aspect. So take action in order to reap the benefits. So take a look at your Taurus whole sign ruled house. It's making sextiles to everything that's in Pisces. So you have your Pisces whole sign ruled house, then you have your Taurus whole sign ruled house. So what's going to happen is the moon is going to be at the later degrees of Taurus, and it's going to hit Saturn. It's going to hit North Node, Neptune, and I think that's it. Was it North Node, Neptune, Saturn? I feel like I'm missing one. Maybe I'm missing one. But anyways, it is taking, so the Taurus moon is making sextiles to all this Pisces energy. And, Taurus is this really big grounding energy. Pisces is this energy that just really speaks to having faith and going with the flow and really listening to where your body is leading you. And with this Venus retrograde going on, this is just going to be a highlight of all of March. It's going to be like an underlining tone, this Venus retrograde for all of March. It's not like your joy is getting taken away or anything. It's just trying to refocus where you get joy, refocus where you have pleasure. pleasure. Because sometimes we get caught up in stuff and we don't realize we don't like it anymore until maybe a Venus retrograde, but until we're shown something else. So that's where this action piece is going to take place this week. It's like, where is it that you're not taking action that you would like to take more action? And where is it that you are taking a lot of action and you're like, this just doesn't serve me anymore? Also on March 4th, we also do have the Taurus moon making a conjunction to Uranus. Uranus is a planet of unexpected surprises. The moon is our emotions. So I wouldn't be surprised that if you are taking action in your life where it suits you, you are going to be very surprised about how good you feel, how much lighter you feel if you're going towards your joy. Tuesday is an action day. Honestly, it's all sextiles. That's what's happening on Tuesday. The reason why you want to set yourself up for success Monday and Tuesday by even just making a plan about where you want to take action, because Wednesday we have a transit that can go good or it can go bad. It's going to depend on how you set yourself up. Because on March 5th, on Wednesday, we will wake up with the moon in Gemini. Moon in Gemini, everybody's minds are going to be a little bit more busy this day. Gemini is the sign about communication, about ideas. This is where Jupiter is right now, so it's going to be amplifying that as well. The biggest highlight of this day, it's going to last all day, is Mercury, the planet of communication, sitting in Aries, moved into Aries on Monday, is going to be making a sextile to Pluto. Mercury is sitting in Aries. This is this fiery, go for it energy, and Pluto is the planet that can bring out things that are hidden. Pluto can also create obsession. It can create focus. During this transit, your mind can become pretty intense and focused on these things that you're trying to accomplish. But if you have nothing that you're trying to accomplish, your mind can be focused on the wrong thing, because the ego, it only knows focus. So where are you going to bring that focus? If you have to set yourself up for success Monday and Tuesday in order to reap the benefits on Wednesday, because you can get distracted. And March is not about going into your distractions. February kind of was. It was pretty lazy, pretty boring, honestly, for me. So basically, this Mercury sextile Pluto, you have to use it to, do what serves you. And this is going to be up to you. This is where we have free will. We have these transits that can feel super, super intense, but if utilized the right way, you can really benefit from it. Like this transit, Mercury sextile Pluto, it's like getting lost so much in your work or what it is you're trying to accomplish, getting lost into what's serving you. And it's just going to pull us in the direction for the rest of March. Also have the moon trining Pluto this day, and we also have the moon sextiling Mercury this day. So Pluto and Mercury are just highlighted during this time. Pluto is sitting in that Aquarius, so your Aquarius whole sign ruled house. Some healing can be done during this time, but with Mercury involved and the moon in Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury, so there's a lot of mind activity. You have to put your focus where it's going to serve you. The moon trine Pluto and the moon sextile Mercury is also going to be happening at noon Central Standard Time. So these are going to be happening during the day. It depends on, who you are, where you are in the world and when you're watching this, because if it's happening at night, your subconscious is just doing the work. You don't have to worry about it. But if you're, in the United States and this side, it's going to affect you during the day and your mind's going to feel busy. And some people might get over obsessed about things that really don't matter. That's what Pluto can do to you. If you're not directing the Pluto energy, you can get upset over shit that doesn't matter and just over focus and you can't get it out of your mind. So Monday, Tuesday, set yourself up for success this day so you can utilize the transit to serve you. March 6th, Tuesday, we will be having a second quarter moon and wake up with the moon still in Gemini. So your mind is still going to be ready to learn, ready to focus itself on things that serve you. We also do have this day, the moon will be making a conjunction to Jupiter, but it's going to be really early in the morning, like 4 a.m. Central Standard Time. So you guys are going to wake up feeling really good, really expansive. But it also depends on how the day went before with the Mercury sextile Pluto. How did you use that energy? Are you using that energy to focus on things that serve you, or are you using that energy to get obsessed about things that just don't matter? Second quarter moons are all about taking action and overcoming obstacles. We do have a couple squares this day as well. Well, the moon square the sun, which is the second quarter moon. But then the moon also squares Saturn. Saturn is the planet of restrictions. This is happening around 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So it's happening a little bit later in the evening. I'm not going to lie to you, Thursday could be a challenging day, but what it's really setting you up for, what these second quarter moons are for you to take action where you need to take action, and they're amping up for this full moon that we're going to have this month, which is also a eclipse. So this second quarter moon might feel like a huge pivot, but that's okay. That's what this Venus retrograde wants us to do. It wants us to pivot. If things aren't serving you when it comes to your joy, Venus retrograde's like, come on, do what you want to do. Thursday, it's going to benefit you to really utilize your grounding practices. If you don't have grounding practices, get them, okay? Get the grounding practices. I use salt in the shower, Epsom salt. I have Palo Santo. I also meditate. Utilize your grounding practices on Thursday if you are feeling some sort of way, especially if, you feel like you need to take action, but you're not sure where to take action. You really have to quiet that mind. You have to quiet that mind and you have to go with your heart. Venus is going to ask you to pull towards things that bring you joy. Joy is in your heart. Friday, March 7th, we have an interesting day. We have the moon making a square to Neptune. Anytime there is a Neptune transit, especially to anything, it's going to benefit you to not overthink and to go with the flow. But because the moon is going to be making a square from Gemini to Pisces, that's where the square is happening. Gemini is in your mind. If you catch yourself overthinking anything, the more that you go with the flow, and also your grounding practices, the more that you go with the flow, the better you're going to feel. Do not force anything. Neptune's enemy is force, honestly. Force and control. Neptune does not want that. Have the moon going into Cancer around 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. This is going to pull us into our emotions. And this is going to depend on your chart because we have the square to Neptune, because Neptune's at that 29th degree or 28th degree. So it's right away. And then the moon goes right into Cancer, into a way more emotional sign. So you're going from your mental to your emotional. With the moon moving into Cancer, this is where Mars sits. This is going to be the first time the moon's in Cancer since Mars went direct. It was retrograde, which felt like 2 years. I don't know about you, but for me, it was my 12th house. So it felt like 2 years, but it was only 2 months. It's going to be moving into Cancer, and this is going to depend by your chart, okay? If you are somebody that has a lot of water energy, this is going to benefit you more in an action-oriented way because Mars it's debilitated in Cancer, doesn't like to be there, but it's still action. Mars wants you to take action, and Cancer is a cardinal sign, which is all about taking action. So it's going to depend on where Cancer is in your natal chart, and I know you guys have some sort of idea because you all felt this Mars retrograde. For example, if you're a Leo rising, it's in your 12th house. This would be taking action internally. So like the 12th, the 4th, and the 8th house would be more of an internal transformation. If you have it in an external house, especially Cancer risings, you might feel this umph of energy and wanting to take action. But because later that night we do have the moon making a square to Mercury, that's not till 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So take advantage of this day. But remember, I literally wrote down flow, because Neptune does not like force. On Saturday, March 8th, we will wake up with the moon still in Cancer. So, take your time getting up if you want to. But I believe everybody's going to wake up with this aha epiphany moment because we will be waking up with the sun making a trine to Mars. Trine is natural flowing energy. You don't have to try for a trine. So this is going to benefit us when it comes to our motivation and our energy. And also, take a look back at the past couple months during Mars retrograde. What did you learn? Because this is where that aha moment can come from because the sun is going to be shining a light on Mars, shining a light on your motivation, shining a light on any conflicts you have. Mars is a planet of conflict as well. And also this day, the moon is going to make a conjunction to Mars. So we're getting a lot of Mars energy, a lot of Cancer energy. If there's any emotions that need to be let out, let them out because this trine, it's going to feel good if you let them out. You're going to feel a release. Now, if you're in this action-oriented energy because of the Mars, depending on where Mars is or Cancer is in your chart, where Mars is located at, transit Mars, you will be wanting to take action this this day, or just have a really clear focus about where you are going, where the energy is leading you. You know, this is water energy. This is about leading from our bodies. Where is our heart wanting to go? You know, bringing it back again to this Venus retrograde. It's all about, you know, where are we taking action when it comes to our heart? You know, Venus is in Aries. It's action-oriented sign. Mars is the planet of action, ruled by Aries. So with this beautiful trine, even if you don't take action this day, totally fine. But it is going to at least give you those epiphanies if you allow it through. And I do feel that some of us are going to need this emotional release in order to have new ideas and epiphanies come through. But I bet you, because Mars is in my 12th house, that I'm definitely going to have an emotional release this day. On Sunday, March 9th, we will wake up with the moon in Cancer again. The moon will go into Leo at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time this day, but these are the end degrees of Cancer. So it's going to be making a trine to Saturn, it's going to be making a trine to Neptune, and a Neptune is involved. So no force on Sunday. This is going to be a dreamy, dreamy day. When the moon enters into Leo, it will be making an immediate opposition with Pluto. So I would say that on Sunday night, if you're just not feeling it and you're not in the mood to do any shadow work or inner child work and you just had an emotional couple of days, then just go to bed, honestly. Just sleep. Let your subconscious handle it. The moon trine Neptune, it also gives this creative energy. So Sunday, if you have time for a couple hours to get into your creative hobby, your creative work, whatever creativity that you can bring forward is going to really help you navigate Sunday. And Sunday just might feel like a day where it's like time is here but not here, and it just feels all over the place, but at the same time, like, it's going to benefit you to jump into your creativity. We also have daylight savings time this day, which can also mess with us a little bit, those that are in those time zones where it affects us. So time's just going to be weird on Sunday, but there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're not forcing anything, everything is going to be great. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate you guys so much. And just leave me a comment below and let me know like how you are feeling and what's going on with you and what goals are you trying to accomplish this week. Like, let's get it out into the world. Where do you want to take action? Take action. Like I said, honestly, if you take one thing from this video, it's just this week is about action and baby steps. Don't think you have to change your entire life, but whether you like it or not, the transits, your life's going to change. So you might as well navigate it and set intention that suits you. Thank you so much for watching.